Hello everyone. This is Alashola Omio. Lovely to have you here, guys. 1 minute. I'm just gonna try to. I've got my patchouli incense here. 1 minute. I'm just gonna try to place it where the smoke wouldn't be coming into my nose. Anyway, lovely to have you. Hello, Jumo. Wonderful having you here, my brother. I'm happy to see you here. You're the first person that will come on. Oh my God! And I actually, it was the time now. I was meant to come out for 6 o'clock, but I believe I finished earlier. So I thought, look, I'm just gonna come out anyway. Lovely to have you here, Jumo. Lovely. I was during the week. I posted your order. I wanted to call you, but I thought, look, once you get it, after sending you the message, that you will call, you call me, and even though the directions are there, but please let me know the moment you get it so that I can, I'll be more than happy to go over it with you. And it's wonderful having you guys here. It's, beautiful, beautiful weekend. And for you guys in the States, I mean, really sorry about George. It was his death touched, anybody that's human, anyone that has conscience or blood running through their veins would feel that, come on now, we're talking about human being here. Even when you're talking about animals, because they all live in consciousness, you can't just step on someone like that and then it's as if their life means nothing. So I believe that was the lovely to have you here. I think that was the pain, what emotion many people felt across the world. It's not only in America. I, for one, I couldn't bring myself to come out last week Saturday to have this show because I was too emotional. I do want to come on line and break down, but I didn't trust myself that I wouldn't do that last week. That was why I couldn't come. Also, I thought, let me just take this time out to pray and and just so I was following everything that was happening in the States. I was on almost every state spiritually, you see. So hopefully the people that are meant to listen, they would take notes of because we can't be living like that. The change is overdue. You're looking about 460 something years, and then you think the way you treat people over there, and you're still going to continue to do that now, it's not going to work out. People evolved. We have a youngster now. People my age, they are doing stuff differently. They don't mind to die for what they believe in, actually. Anyway, I don't want to change this topic. Today we are going to talk about, is there an afterlife? I believe at some point in our lives, maybe not now, for some people, we would come to ask ourselves this question. That is, after we leave here, what else? And when you look at COVID-19, thousands of people passed on because of it. And then you start to, even if you've not asked before, so where did they go? We're talking about thousands and thousands of people. And then they're gone just like that. See, so this is the question that we ask ourselves. So is that the end of it? Is that all? Is all crack up to be, or is there something else? Beyond. I got to that junction when my mother passed away. I believe I said this in one of my videos. That was when my spiritual awakening kicked in, because I couldn't believe we were so close. We're still close. That someone that she was the first person that I would know in my life. Obviously, that's your mom that gave birth to you. My dad was there also, but I was really, really close to my mother. We're like even in our hometown they call us twin because I'm a replica of her. You see, so when she passed, it was that was when my spiritual awakening kicked in, and we always say that, Mommy, when you go, if there's something out there, I want you to reach out to me. That's something we would talk about, when we're joking, So that's how close we were. And then I'm not going to jump the gun here. I'm going to try. I'll come and tell you my own experience, probably towards the end of this. But I'm going to do a little bit of intro. because I wouldn't want to just come from the angle of spiritualism alone, because that's my path. So in this video, I'm just going to quickly go over to some other beliefs also. When you talk about Christianity, you talk about Hinduism, you talk about Islam. You see, what is it? What do they all? We're here, now. Okay, take for example, people passed on during and even UK. I believe it's last day before yesterday. I think it was 500 or whatever. These people that are dropping like that. I told you, darling. How are you, baby? Lovely to have you. Congrats about your baby girl. I knew she, she's a smart one. She's Oshoro Moniga's baby. She's gonna turn. I knew it, and she's only just started. Just watch this corner. She's doing well, and she's gonna continue to do well. The universe will continue to support her and bless her and direct her and whatever she decides to do. And I know she's gonna do well. And that's congrats to you, Toya. That's your hard work. That's your sweat. That's your motherly up and down to ensure that your kids they're doing well, and so you deserve that, baby. Congrats. You see, as I was saying earlier on, that in this video, that's what we're going to talk about. Is there an afterlife? You see, the definition is that the afterlife is the belief that the essential part of an individual identity or streams of consciousness continues after the death of the physical body. That is the belief of afterlife. That is, when we drop from here, what happened after that? Do we have a soul, or some people that's it? So I'm going to just quickly go over some other beliefs. If this topic should strike a chord, then you do more reading. If it should resonate with you. I'm not here to argue with anyone, like you guys that are familiar with my videos. I'm not saying that you can be. We can all believe whatever we want to believe. That's my own take. That's why I don't agree with people that want to impose their religion or their beliefs on me. That's why I because I would not do that. As far as I'm concerned, we all can believe whatever makes us happy, whatever make you tick. If that's where you are at peace, then go ahead and do that. You see, but in this video, I'm just going to go quickly over some religion. Different religions have their own beliefs on whether there's an afterlife, and then what happened to someone after they die. You see, so we have majority of it are not supported by scientific basis. But you know how science works. If they can't prove something, then that means it's not happening. But we all know that it's much more than that. Even now, there's a lot of research that are doing that probably they haven't. Amachi, how are you, my golden eagle star? Lovely to have you here, my brother. Welcome on this our wonderful, what do we call this place? Planet, another planet. Whatever that planet is. Lovely to have you here, my brother. So as I was saying, I'm going to go first on the, the Buddhism, they believe in reincarnation. So they believe that once we passed from here, then they believe that you actually reincarnate. But the cycle of death and rebirth. Now, Buddhism, they don't believe in the existence of souls. So, hello, darling, Ayinke, lovely to have you here. So they don't believe that there's a soul. They just believe that you will die. You don't believe in the existence of souls. Reincarnation means taking another body in their next life. So their belief is when you die here, that means this soul, whatever that comes with it is gone. So when you are ready to reincarnate somewhere else, wherever that is, you're going to have another body, another soul. At least that's what they believe in. They call it Bardo, B-A-R-D-O. Now, the intermediate state is the time between death and rebirth, where Buddhists experience different phenomena. I believe at that state, that from when the person died, okay, this is the body that died together with the soul, whatever that's in it. And then from when they decided, whoever agrees or approve for them to be reincarnated with another body, another soul, then some stuff happens in between that. And now they're thinking that could be based on the maybe your behavior, whatever that you have done. However, being in this reincarnation process, the cycle is considered a suffering experience, because you come and go, whatever that thing is, whatever you're going to experience during each time that you, don't forget, they believe that you're going to come back with another body, you're going to come back with another soul, whatever it is, is new. So, I mean, you can imagine. So that's why I'm not saying I don't believe it, but where is the connection with the first one? You understand what I'm saying? So how do you now record that it's this same person if when that person died, their soul, whatever that is in it, also passed on, and then when they are going to reincarnate, it's going to be another soul, another body. Anyway, that's their belief. I'm not here to question that. That's for me. I'm a kind of I have even about my life, I'm always questioning myself. So that is what they believe, but the goal is to escape this cycle by reaching. There's this stage, nirvana. Nirvana is seen as an end to suffering, and to some as a heavenly paradise. So there's an end there. At what stage you're going to get to that, we don't know. You can do more research, or maybe, or what is it? Is it what sort of deed would you have to do, or what is it that you have to qualify? What are the criteria that you would enable you to get to that nirvana? Anyway, that's the Buddhism belief. You can do more research if it's something you want to probe more further. Christianity, the belief in an afterlife depends on what denomination they are a part of. As we know, Christianity, we have the Methodist, we have the Catholic, we have the Pentecostal. So there are different denominations of Christianity, and I believe they all have different beliefs. Anyway, that's as far as when my research says. But most believe in the resurrection of Jesus and the existence of afterlife, and that moral choices you made on earth affect whether you end up in heaven or hell. That is, for people that you did well, everything that you were told to do in the Bible, you followed, through. Then you're gonna, when you die, your body rests, and then there'll be some point when Jesus come back. I don't know when that is gonna be. Then you are going, the good ones are gonna, everyone is gonna have to rise up with Jesus, and then Jesus will decide who will go to hell and then heaven. And that heaven is where you're going to live happily ever after. You see. So that is their belief. I'm not here to say it's right or wrong. I don't believe in it. But that is just, it's not up to me. That's just my own belief. But people that believe in, good luck to you guys. Hinduism, they believe in reincarnation after death, and that the soul receive a new body and life depending on karma. Now, this is quite interesting, when you talk about Hinduism. So they believe that you reincarnate, but it's also on karma, that is good and bad action taken in their previous lives. So if you did well, like we always talk about, oh, come on, karma is going to come and get you, blah, blah, blah. At what point is karma going to come? Is karma going to come now? Or is karma going to come after you die? And then, that's when karma going to kick in. There was a video I did that said, oh, when someone do bad to you, the best thing I would always say is to protect yourself. Don't think, oh, karma is going to get them. Because when you look at karma, look at all the infants that are dying in Africa. What have they done to deserve that? You see, what have they done? A 5-year-old that's suffering of cancer, or 2-year-old. So is that karma? And when we have murderers, they are walking the streets, enjoying everything. You look at people that came to Africa. It took, the misplaced people, rape mothers, rape daughters, kidnap the dad, kill people, and mess them up. What happened? Some of them are actually richer because of it. So where's karma? What's karma doing in that instance? Anyway, that's, so like I said, I'm a kind of person, critical thinking. I do that all the time. That doesn't mean that I don't believe that what you do, you get back. You do. But you now start to ask yourself, at what point? That's why I'm always good at defensive magic. I believe that instead of me, before karma will come and help me, if I could see any danger around myself and my family and people that I love, I'm going to go out and defend myself. And I'll use all the tools that I have to do that. Then heaven help those who before karma comes. By the time karma get there, he will know. Oh, Alasha, you too. Come on, girl. You've done quite a lot here, darling. You see, that's the kind of person that I am. You see, so now they think that they believe you can reincarnate as not only humans, but also as animals, insects, and plants. Don't forget, all of these are living consciousness. You see, so but who would decide that? That okay, is it based on your good deed, or it was because of a lot of bad deed, that karma that you did? You know, hi darling, you know. So you are gonna think, okay, who's gonna decide that? Either you're gonna come back as a human being, or if I'm gonna come back as a human being, am I gonna come back as a Queen of England, or are you gonna come back as the poorest man pushing a trolley in New York that doesn't even know when his dinner is coming from, or a very poor family in Africa that the last time they ate rice was probably 3 years ago? So who's going to decide that? You see? Oh, that's my mother. Oh, yeah, there. Anyway, the goal at the same time for them also is to be released from this reincarnation cycle and achieve, they call it moksha. This moksha is a liberation from the cycle. After being freed of cycle, it is believed they return to be with Braham. I believe that's another paradise. Now that is now we come to Islam. You know, Islam is you know, like you guys are aware, you know, when you're born in a royal family in Africa, you know, you have all the religion. They come to the palace. The king is the head of all the religion of everyone. You know, when the Christian come, he'll pray with him. When the Muslim come, so that's how I saw growing up. But you then have a choice to which path. For me, this is the path that speaks to me, the Orisha's path, the ancient path. You see, so that I mean, but so that doesn't mean I dislike the other. No. It's just everyone have their preferences. So Islam believes that death is the end of physical life on earth, but soul lives on. Now, the soul goes to the angel of death. We listen to that. Interesting. To wait for Judgment Day. On Judgment Day, their actions during their time on earth will be judged to determine whether they go to Jannat, that is paradise, or Jahannam, that is hell. So it's a bit similar to Christianity, if you ask me. Now, when we come to this, is what I do, spiritualism. They believe that the afterlife or spirit world is a realm where spirits continue to evolve. You see, they believe souls live on and take their consciousness with them. You know, they believe souls can interact with those living on earth through mediums in the world and physical world. You know, so when you talk about, like I said earlier on the beginning of this video, I mean, the title of the topic today is there an afterlife? At some point, we're all going to ask ourselves, you know, what's going to happen to me after I leave here? You know, where the hell am I heading to? You know, where is it? Is it, you know, maybe you've been to church, you've been to Islam, you're now confused. You see, for me, I'm happy that I am in my path because I know where I'm going. And I know that's where my ancestors are. And I believe I'm an ancestor. Even at this time, I'm reincarnating. And that's why I'm on this path. You see. And so therefore, and also when my mother passed on, like I said, that was when I've always been a curious kind of being, but it was when my mother passed that my spiritual awakening kicked in. Like I said, you know, we were like 5 and 6, you know, even in our hometown, they called, it was twin. I mean, it's an exact replica of my mother, you see. And then, so when she passed on, it was like, you know, and there was something we always say that the mommy, if you get there, if anything, you know, we don't know, like that's how there's nothing I don't talk about. You know, that if you get there, if there's anything, I need to let me know. And true, my mother passed on. The first 3 days I didn't eat, I couldn't, you know, so the third day, you know, I had a phone call. Obviously, you start to get ready for the burial then, but but I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I was in shock. Even though she was sick prior to that, but I couldn't believe my mother. She was ever so strong. She was my God. I come from a generation of very strong women. They are like they're built they're built to last to survive anything. So for me, it was like woo. It was like a big train hit me. Bah! At it was like a rug pulled under my feet. I was like shoo. So the third day, after I didn't, after not sleeping, I just had a nap. It was a nap because I couldn't. And what happened? My mother called me just like she would, and then in that dream, that's what I said. That's what you call a lucid dreaming. A lucid dreaming is a dream when you are dreaming, you are dreaming. Most dreaming, you are not in control, but lucid dreaming, when you are dreaming, you are dreaming. You are in control of your actions throughout that dream. You see, so that's lucid dreaming. Now that was what happened to me, and it was happened. I would never forget. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because when I opened my eyes, I looked at the clock in my room, and it was exactly 3 p.m. And for 3 days, I was not able to close my eyes, and that was the only time. And then in that dream, my mother said Shade, because that's how she called me, or she'll call me Yami, she'll call me Yami, and then I said Mommy. And in that dream, I knew my mother had passed, because I asked her. I said, Mommy, but what's happening? I was speaking Yoruba, I was speaking English. I said, Mommy, how can you do that to us? I mean, how can you do that to me? What do you want me to do with my life? And then she listened. She listened to my anger, the outpouring as I cried at some point. And then she said to me, she called me, she was Shade. Then I remember when she called me like that from very young. That is when she want me to pay attention. Pay attention, It's different from when she say Shade or Yami or when she's playing around. But when she want me to, she goes, Shade, there's a tone. I know that tone well. Or Yami, that is, pay attention. And I said, yeah. And she said, I'm fine. I just came to let you know that I'm fine. And then I said, how could you say you're fine? Your children, your grandchildren were all crying. And you say you're fine, Mommy. How can you say that? And she said to me, or call me. And then she started to beg me that she would pet me, baby, baby, I'm fine. I just said, she was repeating that. She was repeating that. And she said to me, when you wake up, I know you understand. And she said, I just came to let you know. You know what happened? I tried to keep to listen. Maybe I will hear some noise. No. It was so peaceful. And I know every of her tone. She sounds so at peace. She said, I just came to let you know that I'm fine. Okomi. And then Okomi is like a pet name. Yami is like my baby. Please, baby. Baby, please, Even when she's there, when I was upset when I was younger, she would tell me, what are you crying for? Will you just stay, and then she'll come across. She was a Taurus, So, and so I know that tone so well. So that was what happened. And then before she was buried, I remember the pain, it was raw. And then from when we buried her, the pain subsided. At least for me, my soul was not scattered. And because she was now, she's where she came from. But I can honestly tell you guys today that since she passed on, there have been a lot of challenges that I've faced, especially from, trying to, because the part that I was working before was in nursing field for over 15 years, And so the spirituality I've been told, this is what Yami told me, or Shun told me. I was only thinking maybe later on. But after my mother passed on, that's when I started to question myself. Look, can't wait for no one. Whatever it is you want to do, you better do it. You just do it, and don't think about you're going to fail. You just do it, and I'm sure probably 99.9% you will succeed, because if it's coming from your bone, your soul, then that is you. You see. So, but all the challenges that I faced during that new path that I now crossed, at every point, I've got this picture of her in my room, that I remember when I was going on the tour. That that was my first tour Oshun said it was fine. You know, the path is clear. You know, the people that came, the Oshun, they go to Alashola, go to Alashola. You know, but I said to my mom when it was two days before, you know, when we were about going, and even at the beginning, and they said, "Mommy, you know, I want you to be with us." You know, and I took my adults was in it was in Germany, in American football, so he couldn't come with us. So, but I took my daughter and my son, my youngest, with me. So, in our crew, I mean, I think we were about 12 or 13. You see, and then it went. Everything went well. We went to Ilefe, we went to Oshogbo, we went to Ishara. All the people that came with us, you know, we went everywhere. Everything was fantastic. You know, there are other stuff that I did, you know, that I speak, that she's with me. All I just need to say is, "Mommy, I thought you said you're going to still be there, Mommy. Trust me, whatever that thing is, I will achieve it." And she's not the only one also. You see, several of my relatives or people that especially when I've been doing this part that I'm doing, you see, you will see some soul that will come forward. Going to different realms is an everyday thing for me. You see, it's an adventure to me. You see how the other people are, you know, the first time, some realms you get there, where they have their market during the night. You are like, what the hell is this? You see, it's almost as if your spine, you know, oh, thanks, princess. You know, it's a big word out there. Don't let no one tell you any difference. So as far as I'm concerned, for me, I'm a kind of person that telling me something, and I know that I don't listen, but I would like to do my own research. I like to have my own facts. And once I have that, nothing changing my mind. You see, I'm not saying that other beliefs are not right. I'm just talking for me. And it's always good when I see people that are on my same path like me. You know, so when you're talking about frequency, you're talking about vibration, you're talking about crystal stones. You know, it's always wonderful. You see, because they know what you're talking about. You know, thanks, Toya. You know, they're not lay people. You know, people that don't understand. You know, so that's how it was. So when you talk about life, look at the COVID-19. Like I said at the beginning of this video, all these thousands and thousands of people that died. Does that mean that's the end? You see, just because it's not us, that doesn't mean, even if you have not lost someone that's close to you. I have. I had my youngest. I was pregnant with a son before Gabriel, and when I was 5 months, I miscarried that boy. I thought I was going to die with grief, and because why? After when he came out, they did the autopsy. They said there was nothing wrong with him. He didn't have any default. He looked a replica of me, light skin tone, everything. What happened? My water just broke. It was just one of these things. You see, when you have gone, recently, about 3 months ago, my dog died. His name was Shiloh. When he passed on, I saw him. He came to let me know that he's crossed to the other side. See, and then my mom. You see, so and my grandma. You see, so when you have got this and you happen to have your third eye open, that is, you are privileged, because that's what I call it. It's a gift. You are opportune to be able to be a part of that world, and I believe it's fantastic. You see, for me, death doesn't scare me, because I know I'm just evolving. I'm going to go on. You know, whatever it is that I'm going to decide that I want to do, when I get there, then that's going to be up to me, because I take my consciousness with me from here. And I know that my children, they will have been master on this path that I am. And even though you passed on in body, that doesn't mean you are dead. No. You still continue to have that relationship. My mother is a living proof of that as I speak. You see. So, but that's my belief. Like I will always say in my videos. That doesn't mean that, some people must say, oh, what are you talking about? Well, you're free to believe whatever it is you want to believe. I'm not here to change anybody's mind. You can believe anything you want to believe. That's just me. But the question here, like in this video, is there an afterlife? Now, the answer that we all decide to come to is optional. It's up to us. That's just what I believe. Why? Based on the fact, based on my journey, and based on what I know to be a fact. And no one is going to change my mind until the end of time. You see. So that is what we're going to be talking here today. The second topic we're going to talk is Ifa divination. For people that are familiar with Ifa, Ifa Oracle was founded by Orunmila in Ile-Ife. So when we talk about Ifa is a divination tool. Orunmila is like the grand priest of Ifa. Actually, he is the one that Olodumare gave this Ifa to. You see, so when you talk, Orunmila is the Orisha of divination. You see, Ifa divination tool, we call it Opele, that long chain. I should have, probably I'll take the picture because I sell it on my website. You know, I've got it at home. I've got one that I use because I use cowries, but I use one for divination also. You know, it's the one used by Orunmila and all Ifa priests and priestess to carry out divination. You see, so the way it works out, back in the days, our ancestors, when a child is born, as a matter of fact, this is the tool that they use for everything. If a child is born, they will consult Ifa to check the path of that child. What is it that they're going to be doing in life to enable them reach their full potential, i.e., their life purpose? What are the taboos? That is, we call them some allergies, that's food that you eat that does not agree with your ori, you know, your spirit. Or, you know, what sort of, if you're a man, you know, what sort of, if they won't say it, or maybe you married a light skin or dark skin, you know, that's how deep Ifa can be. You see, all of these are they're there to guide us. It's only when we ignore stuff like this, that's when stuff go wrong. Can you imagine? Sometimes we have options. We get to a junction. You know, thank you. We have 2-3 options. We don't know which one to choose. You know, so in order not for us not to end up choosing the wrong one, and then we're going to go 10 years down the line with the wrong one, and then you want to come back. You see, that is even if you're lucky to want to be able to come back. You see, all of this is what Ifa is for. Ifa is always accurate. Orunmila never lies. I am a proudly Omo Ifa. I have my own Ifa. It's called Osalu Fogbejo, Osaishu. That's my old Ifa that gave birth to me. You see, very, very powerful Ifa. You see, so I know what I'm talking about here. You know, Ifa is always accurate. It acts like a gentle counselor of the soul, conveying to us the best action to find success, deeper meaning, and peace of mind, especially during this time of uncertainty. You know, a lot of people have businesses right now because of COVID. You know, they don't even know if they will, you know, be able to go back to that business anymore. Some have jobs. There are histories now, you know. So where do you go from here? So it's in a time like this, things are not certain. Ifa is there to guide us. So here at Alashola Herbs and Spiritual, we have Ifa priests and priestess, which I'm one of them. You know, very, very qualified one. He will say, Ifa, he will tell us whatever it is. You see, that if you're struggling with part of your life, a choice, an opportunity, an illness, or death, or something else, then, you know, consult Ifa. You know, he's like a loving grandfather. He'll show us the path. One of the reasons why it's like that is, we call him Elerikmi, is that he was there at the beginning of time when we were choosing our destiny. So now we are here. Obviously, we're not going to remember that. So you consult Ifa, he would let you know where you are at now, which junction. Where if you got too wrong on the wrong path, how to bring you back to the right course. And also, if you're on the right path, how are you going to continue to do that, to sustain that? You see, this is what all Ifa is about. I love Ifa so much. I have my own Ifa, is right with me. My Ifa travel, if I'm going to anywhere, if I'm going to be more than 3 days, I will take my Ifa with me. But if I'm going somewhere, probably 24 hours, it stays home. You know, so if I'm going for more than 2-3 days, my Ifa, it travels everywhere with me. You see, Lalu. So I'm very, very, very close, very deep with my Ifa like that. You know, yeah, Ifa also on my days that on my hand. Oh, if I be wow. Oh, Rumi la baba agba mi neregbe eleri pin atore to sun se. You know, that's on my father, Princess Atima. Lovely, lovely having you guys here. You see, so it's wonderful when, and I'm sure you'll be wondering without Ifa, as far as I'm concerned, I'm always saying, if not for Ifa, what would my life be like? You see, because at least once a month I will have my divination, you know, done. At least, so where is it? And even before a month, sometimes when a crisis should confront me or something like a challenging thing, I'll do divination straight away. You know, I'll have one done. What's going on? If I need to appease, I do that, and I still continue to do what I'm doing on a normal level. You see, so that's how this life is. You know, if you're here, life is challenging as it is. But we have, if we walk it the way our ancestors, the way they've laid down for us, then it wouldn't be as hard. I always say, example of life, like when you're traveling on an aeroplane. If you want to travel the economy, or you travel first class, or you want to be put with the cargo, that, you know, so because when turbulence comes, you call on duration, we can set off a time. All right, my darling. All right, I will do that, Jumo. You know, it's really, really good, you know. So like I was saying, life is like that. So when we're in a plane, and then the turbulence comes on, people that are on first class, we all still have the feel of it. But the people in economy, they won't be as comfortable as the people in the first class. And the people in the cargo, maybe they pack them with the cargo, they're going to be worse off than people in the economy. So in essence, what I'm saying here is that this thing we call life, none of us is going to get out of it alive, either we like it or not. But for the time that we're going to be here, let's have a good ride. You see, let's enjoy the ride. So in that way, let's do whatever it is that our ancestors have put in place for us to do that. At least have a good life until the time is ready for all of us to cross to wherever it is we want to cross to. For me, that means nothing to me. You see, but for the time that we're going to be here, let's have a good ride. Let's have fun. And then you're not suffering when you know there's some stuff you could do to better stuff for yourself. You see, because we want to base down, because my pastor said I should not use herbs. Oh, crystal stones are evil. Like this is my lapis, you know, lazuli. Look at how beautiful it is. You see? This is my cat stone here. Look at how lovely that is. Come and tell me, what's ugly about this? Now, this is my amethyst. What's bad about this? Look at them. Aren't they beautiful? You see? And that's my big cowries there. What's bad in all of this? Tell me. You see? I have thousands and thousands of my stones and, you know, and herbs, and, you know, we're all here together. We, you know, the Mother Earth has, you know, placed us together to look after each other. And that's, if we fail not to do that, it's got nothing to do with the universe. You want to suffer there, go on and suffer. And that's your cup of tea. You want to have it, you know, put them, and the life will be, you know, it'll be bearable. You know, you're not just going to be surviving, you actually be living. You would, you see, I don't know how else, you know, and I'll come here and I'll put, this is my carnelian. Look how beautiful. Isn't she just lovely? Look, that's carnelian. Look, they are all raw stones, been polished. They are all living consciousness. So, I mean, what's bad about that? You see, so that's why sometimes you see, in Africa, they are still all, you know. Oh, I'm like, my God, you know, guys, when are you gonna get out of all of this rubbish and actually live for you? All this pastor you're talking about, they all come in my inbox. They come in like, oh, hello, Shola, how can you take me to the yummies? How can you do this? I don't mind. I said, well, you know, some of them, I just block them off because I know their uses. You see, they want to come and take power from somewhere, and they're going to, you know, piss off. Pardon my language, you know. It's just, You see, one will come the other day, the one came out, he's a pastor, and he's ready to do anything. I said, such as what? Such as what? And then the next, I just block him off. You know, so I hate people being hypocrite. You know, I'm a businesswoman, but at the same time, you know, sometimes you can't stand the the hypocrites. You know, they would lie to you and they would say, take peace off. You lying, you know, I don't want to, you lying sugars. Oh, sorry, I'm just going to light my my patchouli. I'm in love with my patchouli incense. Sorry, guys. See? See? Lovely, beautiful, you know, it's so calming, soothing, patchouli. It's beautiful, you know. Anyway, that's what we're going to be talking about today in this video. And you know, if any of this should resonate with you, or you want to have a divination made, you know, you can call me on my on my WhatsApp. The message is going to be, oh, Said, hi, sweetheart. Oh, baby, I'll be looking out for you. Jam jam, Miko. That's my baby brother there, guys. I was about rounding up the video, actually. Oh, God. As I was saying, for all your herbal and spiritual need, please visit our website, www.alashala-herbspiritual.com. The address is going to be the contact details at the bottom of this video. We're also on YouTube, also the same name, on Facebook and Instagram. So if you want to have a divination made, I'm sure you could also book down on the website. But failing to do that, you could always email me. You know, and the info will be at the bottom of this video, or you could call me on WhatsApp or my phone +447480661815. You know, or you can email me, whichever one that is easier for you. But if you get on our website, I've still got quite a lot of product to load there. Not everything is there yet, so there's a lot of stuff that I'm doing, you know. So if you, there's quite a lot of stuff there, but if you get there and what you need, just give me a call, or you can email me or WhatsApp, and I'll be more than happy to help. It's wonderful having you guys here. You know, last week I couldn't come out because of what was happening in the US. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I was so emotional last weekend. If I come on, I wouldn't trust myself not to break down, and that would not be, you know, good. So we all need to stick together and stay strong, and also go about this in the right way. The ancestors, they're listening to us. You know, for the first time, the whole world, they're paying attention. You see, we're on stage. Let's play this well, guys. You know, so sometimes, you know, a lot of the youth are angry, the bunny shops, bunny banks, bunny. You know, I don't support that, but at the same time, I could understand the feeling. I could understand, you know, probably if I was in the US, I'm probably going to be the one leading the riot myself. I'm not saying that was right, but that's just kind of person that I am. I could be, you know, quite passionate about what I believe in, you see. Love you, darling Toya, you see. But the mothers are there, so they said, don't worry, Charles, you know. So the guys, they are doing, they're doing more than you would if you were there. Oh God, you know, George, I hope he would, you know, after this is, I'm sure he will rest, he will be at peace. He's made his name, he's made his mark. You know, is it like this sacrifice lamb? You know, and then I'm sure the world will not forget him. You see, and then you see, because I don't know why you want to continue to hate on people because of the color of their skin. That's nature. We all, if you caught me now, if I were white, we all bleed red. I didn't choose to be black. That's just the way my mother gave birth to me, and I'm proud, very, very proud. You see. I don't hate any other colors. I love, you know. So if you have issue with my color, that's your business. You see, but don't bring that to my face. Because that's where we're going to have problems. You see. So I lovely having you guys here. Wonderful having you here. And I don't feel. Sometimes I just want to stay here with you guys. But I'll see you next week Saturday, and I hope we have a lovely weekend, and then a wonderful week ahead of us. And by next week Saturday, when we come here, you know, we would have good stuff to talk about. Better stuff. Better days ahead. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. Bye bye. My babies. Said me.